So we're going to go over the 100% investing success rate. Now, this has been thrown around quite a lot. Just like whenever you are investing in Pokemon cards, or at least looking at them in a monetary sort of value, which I agree and disagree with. I'm half and half with it. I like making money off Pokemon in the sense of you get something, it's got high value. You can either sell, you can hold, it goes up, it goes down. It's a market within a collection, which, to be honest, is the same with most stuff. You see it in sneakers, you see it in other collectibles in general, but we've been thrown around with this, just wait 3 to 5 years. And to be honest, there is some merit with that. It may not be guaranteed. I think the problem you've got is you've got every average Joe with any sort of investor knowledge just throwing around that and maybe doesn't understand truly why people say the 3 to 5 years and are just taking it as a hunch. Now, the big thing that I thought was really interesting when it comes to Pokemon is having a look at the booster boxes. Now, obviously, if you went through any TCG site, you'll be able to see all of the products that are available for each set. So if you've got a special set like 151, that naturally doesn't have a booster box. Special sets have half sleeve they have booster bundles. They have an ETB, which is normally the big ones. Then they tend to have some sort of collection box. They may even have a premium collection box, which I'll show you right now. So if you go over to TCG, you'll be able to see all of the stuff here. So if we were to go to something like Prismatic, we know full well this is an incredible set in itself. You'll be able to see all of the kind of stuff that you've got from singles, booster packs, booster boxes, and shop supplies in general. So obviously if you click in booster packs, you will predominantly get all of the tins and stuff like that anyway. So as you'll see, we've got a booster pack, we have the surprise box, the booster bundles, the accessory pouch, the 2-pack blister. We should also have, actually I don't even know if they had a 3-pack blister. They have the sticker collection, which I suppose is the tech stickers, the 3-pack. You have the binder collection, some tins, and then some different variations, also a poster collection. Now, if you was to back out of that and think, okay, well, not Prismatic, let's go have a look at 151. So this is another special set, but it might have some different products. So you've got your booster pack, you've obviously got your poster collection, you have your binder collection, which is the standard booster bundle, which tends to be the most kind of profit margin for your packs per box or per product such. Then you obviously have the ETBs. You will then have a collection box. We also will have the ultra premium that is going to come out for the Prismatic as well, which I believe is out at the end of this week. But then also you look at the tins and all of that jazz. So that is your special set. So when it comes to 100% investing in them, to be honest, a lot of people would say that you could be picking up anything. You could pick up absolutely anything of these. You pick up a collection box, poster collection box for this, and naturally you will see a massive spike. Now, this is within the first year. Obviously, if you was to go for the next 5 years, 151 is going to do well. If you've known Pokemon, you know 151 Prismatic will do exceptionally well. I would like to say that 151 would actually do better than Prismatic, but with the Hyper Prismatic and how hard it's been, it's questionable, to be honest. Now, the 100% method of what I've saw and what people have kind of been alluding to is the actual normal sets. So something like Journey Together. So if you look at this, you do have a booster box. And people have said if you do go across all of the booster boxes in general, there is not one booster box that is less money than when it first originally came out. Whether you've held it a year, 5 years, 10 years, and to be honest, I could probably see it. I really could, because naturally this sort of product right now is incredibly hard to get. It's not an easy one, and it's not saying that if I go out now and go and buy, say for instance, a Surgeon Sparks booster box, which to be honest is going to be mad in itself. So say if I go Surgeon Sparks, I look, go from high to low. If I go out and think, okay, well I'm going to go buy a Surgeon Sparks booster box for 237, I get the market price, say, it doesn't mean that I'm going to make money off that. What they are suggesting is if you manage to get this box when it first came out, like a lot of the booster boxes, you managed to get it at 130, 140, which is the retail price, as you'll see here, before the hype. Like we had a whole 2 months where it was cheaper. You will have made already double your money on this specific product. Now, not every single one does that. Obviously, if you do look at the Journey Together booster box, of course it doesn't do that, because naturally that was a massive hype period. But if you do look across all of the booster boxes in general, you look at an X and Y booster box, naturally that's just a base set. Ancient Origins, you look at the prices of them. Evolving Skies, I feel like everybody knows. But also, the big question that I have with any of these in general is also, if I've got, say, for instance, say we go high to low. Say you've got like your base set and your jungle, which are always going to be incredibly high in themselves. The real big question is, who is going to buy them? That is going to be the big thing. You've got to be within the market. You can't just go ahead and buy, basically sell off a team up and expect it to go the next day because you put it at 4,050. Now, obviously, if you go to the right places, you're naturally going to do pretty well with stuff like these. Now, I want to say normally when you look at these, you can see a couple have sold in general. So naturally you will find that they do sell. It's not like a trick number that it says, oh, this is $5,000 and really you can only offer it for $1,000. Normally they are within the price category, to be honest. And then if we kind of look, if we go further down, because then you think, well, okay, surely that's not true for every set. You go to like a Temporal Forces. In general right now, you will find that maybe it isn't necessarily way over the market, but it's already over what you could have paid for it. For instance, Temporal Forces was a massive one. You could have got this so cheap. It was on the floor. I believe I saw loads of these, and personally myself as well. They were about 80 to 90 pounds for Paldea Evolved, Temporal Forces. You had, I don't think Twilight ever went to 80, but it was in the 100 mark. And now you look at it, it's mental. Like in general, you are looking in dollars, probably about 160. I want to say 160, 170 is my market, which is about 130 to 150 is what I would class as market, what you could find from these. Naturally, all of these are doing incredible, and there is a 100% success rate if you go even further back. So if I go to a Battle Styles, considered one of the worst sets in the entirety of the Sword and Shield. You look at Battle Styles now, you're looking at 197 a market price. It's not saying every single one of them is an absolute juggernaut that goes to the moon, but it's saying that every single one will eventually hit above. So it is, you never want to say a easy investment, but that's the whole point. So far, we have not seen a booster box go below market after launch, after an X amount of period. You could say a year. You could say if you've guaranteed 3 years, you hold it, it will be above. Now, obviously, depending on the set, you want to be a bit more careful with it. Naturally, you can go ahead and probably take a bit more risk in a Surgeon Sparks, packs of a Prismatic, and to be honest, even a Journey Together. Like, I think that set in general is still going to do well. You can obviously find the booster box at the moment at 223. It's still a bit up and down. That's the normal version. Enhanced version's obviously 199, but you can naturally find that a little bit cheaper still as well. Whether you find the full sealed product, that is going to be the hardest bit to find, to be honest. And what you find at the moment is a lot of places are unwrapping them or having that sort of stuff. Now, ETBs are a little bit more difficult. Naturally, you will find them take a little bit longer. You will find that eventually stuff will rise up. It's just dependent on how long you are willing to hold it for. So if I was to go back out of here and we go back to box, if say we was to go further back and look at Pokemon cards, and if we was to go further back and say we go to the Sun and Moon era, so we go past Sword and Shields, we go into we go into the next page, which hopefully still Sword and Shield. We go into the Sun and Moon era. In general, I believe I personally didn't collect much in the Sun and Moon, but considered one of the worst sets, if I can find it, was Steam Siege. If I've already gone past it, well, there's the base set, so it's got to be here somewhere. Detective Pikachu, Unbroken Bonds, Shiny Vault. I thought it was one of the end ones, to be honest, but Unbroken Bonds was always good. Team Up was good. Lost Thunder, Magistry, Forbidden Light. Why can't I find? Oh, was it one further back? In fact, Burning Shadows. Say, or was it from the X and Y era? Oh, it was from the X and Y era. Of course it is. So, say the X and Y era, even further back now. We click into this and you look at the kind of booster boxes from here. You will see that obviously it's coming in at 496. if you bought that at 130, guaranteed if you could find it that at 130, it's been however long it's been out since it's there. You could have hold it, and it's just a guaranteed investment in that sort of stuff. So it is, obviously it does come with risks, and you will find things go up and down. You've got to play the market. Sometimes you might find that, okay, well, I want to sell off at here, this is a great point to sell off at 400. I then think, okay, well, we've got a couple more months, I've seen a few things, I feel like there's going to be another boom at some point. Bang, there's another 100. Now it's easy looking at data. This is the point. You can look at data, you can make up what you want from it. If I go to Prismatic and go, okay, well, I want to look at some packs, I may be wanting to hold on to some Prismatic. I go to the packs and think, well, okay, let's look at a case of ETBs. It's like, well, let's have a look. Was like, oh, well, we could sell buy off here at 1,070. We could sell off at 1.3. We could then buy them again at 1.1, and then we could sell it. It's easy to say that. Or you could go with a 3 month and say, oh well, Prismatic is always coming down. Well, if you go to 6 months, you'll see that it already came down once. Maybe not a lot, but it came down a solid amount, and then it went back up again. So it is all dependent on how you want the graph to go. We can just put the 1 month on there and be like, well, Prismatic's going down. Pokemon is a declining set. I mean, it's still massively over what everything you can buy it for. So it is an interesting one, but booster boxes definitely seem to be the most solid investment you could possibly get out of the hobby, if you can get them. And that is the biggest thing. Now, the question would be is, do you buy, for instance, a Surgeon Sparks if you are given the opportunity to buy a full booster box or even a half booster box? I must admit, they seem to be most definitely making a bit more of a comeback into the hobby, is half sleeve booster boxes. Again, they could be pretty decent because they are just half a booster box, so they give you the most value for what you're paying, and that is why the booster box is a considerable high-end product, because it is 36 packs every single time, no fluff, no nonsense with it, no extras. It is just pack efficiency. So let me know down below what you've got. Are you collecting many of the booster boxes, or are you just holding out at the moment until some prices maybe do have a collapse? And you can kind of go from there. So let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe on this, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.